Hello, world out there. Scott from Solution Wolf. And I want to talk. I'm just here sitting in my apartment and I'm recapping a table talk that I should have done 2 days ago. So, in this series, you're going to see I'm doing a series of table talks on my lunch that describes some of the stuff, the amazing stuff I am just coming to realize from author Napoleon Hill. Now, I have read several different books at lunch, and Og Mandino's the greatest salesman in the world. Some of the ones that are in smaller books that I can fit in my, lunch bag. And as I do this, as I've gotten older, now I have some much different insights on what these great authors have said and the meaning behind what they have done for all of us. And so, as I'm reading Napoleon Hill's, I've read Think and Grow Rich probably 5 or 6 times, and truly, there's some. It's just an outstanding book that probably is the end all be all to a success manual for every living person. uh, you have to take your own account into what's unique about yourself and really dive into the aspects of what's important to you. But in the master key to riches, he expands on some of the things that he says in Think and Grow Rich. And so as I'm going through, he talks about the principles of success and the riches. And of course, when he lists out the riches, number one is a positive mental attitude. Now he says that is the number one riches you can have. The number 12, the very least of them, is financial riches. And I think most people get caught up in thinking that, hey, just give me the money and I'll be happy, which people that have had lots of money know that that's so far from reality. And again, people that never had money have no idea what they're talking about. So, because they've never had money, and that's the reason why, and so, of course, if you've never had it, you're just thinking, hey, the one thing I'm missing in life is money. But if you had the other 11 riches, that would encompass you to have number 12, which is the financial stability. In my own life, I'm still trying to expand on trying to reverse this trend of thinking what's the most important thing. And now that I'm kind of seeing that working your way down, the money will be the byproduct of everything else that makes success and happiness a real thing. So in his book, he says the number one thing is definiteness of purpose. And as I've said in the very first table talk that I did, because this is like number 3 or 4, I'll have to get on my phone and download it. This one I'm just doing straight to my computer. So in the definiteness of purpose had so much big intrigue for me because, again, my definiteness of purpose has changed so many times, and now I realize that what I really need to do is focus on one thing. The jack of all trades is the expert of none, but anybody can become the expert of anything if they just focus on one thing, and that's having that definiteness of purpose. And he goes on to incite the great people that have had a definiteness of purpose, and one story comes to mind. And if you people love stories, but the story of Walter Chrysler, and people heard of Chrysler cars in the as of late, in the year 2021, Chrysler has become, a bygone era. About 20 years ago, Chrysler was synonymous with cheap, useless, terrible made cars. However, back in the 40s and 50s and 60s, Chrysler was a very top-notch kind of car. And it comes to the fact that the person that started the company, Walter Chrysler, was so driven by a single focus purpose that this is kind of his story. He was thinking of what business he wanted to become involved with. He didn't really have a definite purpose. He took a look around him and he saw the automobile and he said, you know, that thing is going to become a worldwide phenomenon. And I'm going to become the best automobile builder in the world. That was, he decided that. Once he decided that, that is where he stayed. He stayed until he fulfilled his mission, which was very many years, which made him multi millions of dollars. But what he did is he had $4,000 in the bank. He took it and blew it all, bought himself a car, had his car shipped to where he was. I believe he was living in Michigan. I don't know if he's part of the Detroit machine yet or not, but I think he was in Michigan. And what he did is he took that car, and his friends thought, this is crazy. You spent your life savings and bought a car, which at the time he did it, people thought, well, that's kind of a fad type thing. But what Chrysler did is he took that car apart piece by piece by piece, laid it all out in his garage, and then he put the whole thing back together. He not only did it once, but he did that a handful of times. Each time he did it, he was looking at each individual piece to see if there was something he could do better, something he could do better to improve the quality of the car. He tweaked it, he measured it, he understood exactly how a car works, how it functions, how to put it together, the process of making it, all the different stuff that went into it. And the rest, you know, as we moved down the line, Chrysler made some of the best cars in the world, like I said, in the 50s and the 60s. And then in the 70s and 80s, as you know, times changed and you know, we relinquished some of that ownership, that's when we saw the decline in the durability and the craftsmanship. And I'll be honest, I quite frankly blame a lot of the unions on this kind of thing, because to me, unions promote mediocrity. They don't promote excellence. People that are striving for excellence are kind of put in their place because, you know, it's kind of trying to lift from the bottom up instead of, you know, having people reach higher for higher standards. So, but that's my own opinion. You can take it or leave it. But the thing with Chrysler is he built this automobile empire. Now back to this definiteness of purpose. Napoleon Hill also says that you should bring together every resource that you have for this definiteness of purpose, and that is within networking, associate with those people that have the same type of desires, make it a mutual benefit for everybody. And then he also talks about going the extra mile. Now that was very big to Napoleon Hill. And I got to tell you, in the place I work now, there is going the extra mile is a kind of it's almost, it's not taboo, but it's kind of one of those things that you mock. You know, oh, look at that guy. He's working on his break. What an idiot. You know, going the extra mile is not relevant. But I will tell you that I have always thought going the extra mile was one of the keys to success. And I have always prided myself in trying to go the extra mile wherever I was. Now, I have fell short on a number of other key principles, but this one I truly believe in. And I truly believe is once you have the mindset of going the extra mile for other people and other things, you know, what comes around goes around type of thing. So you attract other people that are willing to go the extra mile. And until you can put yourself with a group of people that are all ready to go the extra mile, it's going to be hard to move forward. You can't drag a bunch of people with you. You have to find those that are already motivated on their own to go that extra mile. And so if you're watching this and you've thought, well, you know, going the extra mile is overrated. No, going the extra mile is essential for everything that you do. So have a definiteness of purpose, and go that extra mile. And we are going to see you on the next set of table talks, which is going to go more into the principles of Napoleon Hill's Master Keys. All right. I hope you have a beautiful day. And again, if you like what you're seeing, hit the subscribe button and don't be a stranger. Like, share, do whatever it is you want, but or hit don't like. Hit give me a comment. Tell me what you think is good, bad, ugly. I embrace every type of comment that there is. So hope